Hey folks, in this video, we're going to be going over our second practice set for the sentence completion question type. Now this example comes from the Cambridge IELTS book number 9, test number 2. We're going to be going over reading passage number 3. So let's read the title. A neuroscientist reveals how to think differently. Okay, so now we know what the article is going to be about. We have a general idea about this reading passage. Let's go right down to our question set down here, and we're going to start off by first marking our keywords. So number 38, thinking like a successful iconoclast, is demanding. Number 39, the concept of the social brain, something about this concept being useful to iconoclasts. Right here, guys, I see the word iconoclasts up here again and again. I see iconoclasts here, I see iconoclast here, and then it appears here again. So I'm not really sure how helpful this keyword is going to be. Right now, it seems to me that this is a repetitive keyword, so I don't think that is going to be very helpful to us unless we first find the matching sentence. Then it can be helpful, but only after we have found the matching sentence. So I'm not going to be marking this keyword right now, but I will pay attention to this keyword once I have found the matching sentence. So we're going to skip over these keywords for now, words like iconoclast and iconoclasts, and let's just move on to other keywords. So here we have asset and way of thinking. Okay, so those are our keywords for these questions. I'm trying to think now which one of these questions is going to be the easiest one to answer. And all of them seem a little bit harder to find because I don't see any proper nouns in here. I don't see any numbers. So it seems like they're going to be a little bit tricky to find. But still, I think that number 38 and 39 are going to be easier to find in comparison to number 40. So let's do that first. Let's do number 38 and let's see if we can find the keywords thinking, successful iconoclasts, and demanding. Specifically, I'm looking for a type of iconoclast, a very specific type of iconoclast, a successful one. So I'm going to be looking for keywords and synonym language related to the word success or successful. Here we go. Let's start scanning. Okay, haven't seen anything about success yet. Okay, here we go. Successful iconoclasts. So mention successful iconoclasts here. Gonna scan a little bit more to see if I can see anything else about that. Okay. No, I don't see any more mention of successful iconoclast. Let's see if we can find these other keywords, thinking and demanding. So the question says, thinking like a successful iconoclast is demanding because why? We want to find out the reason why being a successful iconoclast is demanding. So here, I mean, it's not saying anything about demanding, why being a successful iconoclast is demanding. So I'm going to keep looking for that keyword, something about demanding, something about being successful. Here I see successful iconoclasts again. So maybe our answer is around here. But I also want to look for demanding. I want to find out the reason why being a successful iconoclast is demanding. And I don't see it yet. Here I see again successful iconoclasts. Okay. And that's the end of our reading passage. So I have a feeling we're going to find our answer around here since successful iconoclasts appears twice here. So it's probably going to be somewhere around in this paragraph. So we want to find out the reason why being a successful iconoclast is demanding. So let's start reading from here. Let's read this sentence and let's see where that goes. Finally, to be successful iconoclasts, individuals must sell their ideas to other people. Okay, so it tells us what we need to be a successful iconoclast, but it doesn't tell us why this is so demanding. Maybe it is demanding because these individuals must sell their ideas to other people. Maybe it's that. Okay, but it doesn't say here anything about selling your ideas. I don't see anything about that in our answer choices, so our answer has to be something else. Let's read this sentence where this keyword appears down here. Understanding how perception becomes intertwined with social decision making shows why successful iconoclasts are so rare. So it tells us right here why successful iconoclasts are so rare. So it seems to me what they're saying is that successful iconoclasts are rare because to be successful is quite demanding. And why is it demanding? It says that understanding how perception becomes intertwined with social decision making. See, it's talking about these two things. Because you need these two things in order to be successful. If you want to be a successful iconoclast, then you need to have these two things. You need to know how perception becomes intertwined with social decision making. Okay? Perception and social decision making. So, why is it demanding? The correct answer is A. It requires both perceptual and social intelligence skills. So that is our correct answer. It is A. If you'd like, you can put a line through these answer choices so you can eliminate the ones that you have already used. This might help you to search through the answer choices faster. Alright, now let's go on to number 39 and let's answer this one. Number 39 says, the concept of the social brain is useful to iconoclasts because why? Why is the concept of social brain useful to iconoclasts? So I remember reading something about social intelligence here, and I also see the word social brain here, so I'm pretty sure my answer is going to be somewhere around here, especially around this area where it mentions social brain. I'm seeing if it mentions social brain at any other places, and I don't think so. I think that this is the place where it appears. Social intelligence it can be synonym for social brain. Social intelligence is synonym, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark these keywords as well. Okay, now let's go ahead and read this sentence. Let's start reading from here, since this is the sentence in which we have social intelligence, and then we might choose to read the next one depending on whether or not we find our answer. So here we go. This is where social intelligence comes in. Social intelligence is the ability to understand and manage people in a business setting. Okay, so here it's explaining to us what social intelligence is. So we still haven't found our answer because what we're looking for is why social intelligence is useful to iconoclasts. Why is it useful? So here is just the definition. So I want to find out why having a social brain or social intelligence is useful. So let's read the next sentence in which we have the keyword social brain. In the last decade, there has been an explosion of knowledge about the social brain and how the brain works when groups coordinate decision making. Okay, so right here it's telling me a recent trend that has happened over the last decade. I'm still not sure if this is the reason. It still hasn't mentioned why exactly. social brain or social intelligence is useful to iconoclasts. So I want to read a little bit more because it mentions brain here. It mentions what the brain is responsible for. It looks like there might be our answer in the next sentence. Let's read on. Neuroscience has revealed which brain circuits are responsible for functions like understanding what other people think, empathy, fairness, and social identity. These brain regions play key roles in whether people convince others of their ideas. Okay, so here it's mentioning the importance of having a social brain. Why is it important? Well, it's important or useful to iconoclasts because these brain regions play key roles in whether people convince others of their ideas. Basically, social intelligence helps you to convince other people more effectively. And we read about that up here, remember? It said that to be successful iconoclasts, individuals must be able to sell their ideas to other people. They must be able to convince other people. So that is going to be our answer. It mentions here when groups coordinate decision making. When groups coordinate decision making. And I remember seeing that here in our answer choice. Focuses on how groups decide on an action. That is synonym language for coordinating, how groups coordinate with each other. So the correct answer for this is going to be B. So there may be times when you may have to read a sentence or two sentences extra when you're not sure, because sometimes what the IELTS examiners will do is they will mention the keyword in one of the sentences, but then the answer might be in the next sentence because they might refer back to the information in the previous sentence. They might refer back to that information and then have the answer in the following sentence. Okay, so that's always possible, but in the end, the correct answer is only going to come from one or two sentences. You may have to read a sentence or two extra in order to find that matching sentence. That is always possible, but in the end, the answer only comes from one or two sentences. So we have found our answer to number 39 right over here. Right over here, we found the answer to number 39, and we found the answer to number 38 down here. So I'm not sure where I'm going to find my answer to question number 40. That's our last question. But I'm going to assume that since this goes in order, I'm probably going to find it down here because number 40 comes after 39. So it has to be after 39, which is below this point, or after 38, which is also below this point. So I'm probably going to find my answer to number 40 somewhere in this area. So question number 40 says, iconoclasts are generally an asset because their way of thinking. Alright, so we want to find out why are iconoclasts an asset. If you don't know what an asset means, an asset is something or someone who is helpful, who has a lot of value, who helps you to be better, to have more value, or anything that has value. For example, I could say that money is an asset, right? Money is an asset because it's something that is valuable. We can use it for things, for buying things. It is helpful, it is valuable, so that is an asset. A house is also an asset because you can live in it. Also, because you can sell your house and you can get a lot of money from that. Your laptop may also be an asset. Your laptop is an asset because it helps you to do your work. You can watch these videos on your computer, for example, and you can pass your exam. You can pass your IELTS exam. So these are all examples of assets. So right now we want to find out why are iconoclasts an asset? How do they help the community? Let's find out. So I'm going to be looking for keyword asset or synonyms for the word asset. You know, synonyms like helpful, valuable, things like this. All right, now here I see a synonym language. It says that iconoclasts create new opportunities. Guys, does that sound like something that might be an asset? Something that helps you to create new opportunities? This right here is a clear example of creating more value, of adding value. So it's telling us why iconoclasts are valuable. They are valuable because they create new opportunities. So that is synonym language for asset. So let's read this sentence. Let's see what it says. Iconoclasts create new opportunities in every area from artistic expression to technology to business. They supply creativity and innovation not easily accomplished by committees. All right, so it's telling us how they create new opportunities. And the question says, iconoclasts are generally an asset because their way of thinking, let's see, what can it be? Here we go. Works in many fields, both artistic and scientific. Artistic and scientific, that is synonym language for artistic expression, technology, business. See that? That is synonym language, artistic and scientific. So the correct answer for this is going to be C. There we go. So we have all our answers. They line up like this, A, B, and C. So we are now done with this question type. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to answer the matching questions.